Hello there, Dawn is actually here live. Yay, yay for me. I think I have to give myself a clap later on in this video. I've saved my special claps for special things, but right now I'm taking those special claps. So welcome to my live on Wednesdays, New Beginning, My Everyday Life in Rural Cyprus. I have to read what's below because, as you may know, I also do lives on Tranquillity through Life's Natural Beauty. And it's very awkward doing those little clips for you, because anyone who does StreamYard will know how you have the clips preloaded up the side. But bearing in mind, I do 2 channel lives and I've got different intros for those and then different things on those lives. You can't box file them away, basically, if I want to leave them up there. So it's a little bit harder. In fact, it's a lot harder for me doing my lives than your normal average live channel. Anyway, we are going to be positive. My profile is unique and positive. Unique because I have a very extremely rare condition. 1 in 3 people, only 3 people in the whole world, there's part of it, only 3 people in the whole world have this condition and the other 2 are now dead. So I'm most certainly unique, and positive is where I have to be to get by. There's no support group for me, there's no medication for me, but we'll talk about that later on as the latest updates to what's been going on and still going on. I was going to leave it till I've got more information for you, but bless you all. I've had emails and comments and people wishing me well, even though there's nothing they can say that will help. Yes, just leaving me a message and even a heart or a thumbs up, they really do all help. So I thought I'll perhaps give an up-to-date version to today of what's going on, but I don't like leaving you in the lurch of no final answers, but I think it's better if I update you as I go. So keep watching. I will do updates over both my live channels, so you will have to watch both as I give updates as they happen. So if you watch one channel, you might miss out little bits and pieces. So I will be doing updates on appropriate lives. And I will be doing all my usual themes as well. Did you like my new intro? Do give a comment below under this live to tell me what you think of my intro. I do different intros for each live, each channel, and I do Monday and Wednesday on this channel. So obviously you've got 2 different intros. I love making them, I really do. I would like a job of just making these little clips for other people's channels. So if you want me to do that, if I can figure out how to send them to you, I'm sure I could just send it in an email. If you'd like me to do that for you, I'd love to do it. Of course, with a little bit of thank you back. I don't have time to do it for nothing, but if you'd like me to make little clips for you, I absolutely love doing it. And I've got to talk to you about that in a minute as well, about something I've been using and an issue with that. Lots to come, lots of information. I don't know why I miss doing these chats to face, because I end up with a lot to say. So let's get the normal stuff out the way first of all. I always do what I'm reading, and last you heard I was reading Lord of the Flies on my phone. Now I don't use my phone for reading or anything like that. I don't even comment. I might watch an odd video on there if it pops up while I'm doing my shorts, and then I'll come back and watch a video if I want to comment on it. I don't do anything there. So I don't do things on my phone. I've got a few apps on there I use. I use it for my geocaching. I don't use it as a telephone. I can't use a telephone anymore at all. Not even texting or anything like that. I make my shorts on there, but that's about all. So it was the only way I could find Lord of the Flies was by something popped up on my phone. Well, I started reading it. It's a bit strange. I still want to read it, but the phone, although I bookmark it, I'm doing something wrong, obviously. It's not on Kindle or anything. It's just free book app thing. I don't know what it was even called, but I can't bookmark where I'm up to. I keep bookmarking it and it goes back to the beginning. I've given up with that. So if anyone's got an old copy of it they don't want anymore and are willing to post it free to me, then I'll read that. We don't really have libraries per se here that I can go and get something like that. I will keep looking on Kindle. I have Kindle on my tablet, so I will keep looking there. So what am I reading? Right now, nothing. I've got to choose another book, so that's a job for when I have 5 minutes. So I will do that. Other updates. Do I chat first or do my updates? Oh, I normally do how I'm feeling. Well, we're going to talk a lot about that in a minute. So I'm just going to show you a clip in a minute. But I've picked out this one. It's not how I'm feeling, but I have this one, Astute. And this is a sort of heads up to my friend Mr. Jimmy, the Astute Tourist channel, and he will know why I'm doing a special shout out to him. And you will also see he's featured in a few videos lately. See how many videos of mine you can spot the Astute Tourist in. So I'm going to talk a little about one of those in a moment. But this is what I normally do. How am I feeling? But I thought I'd switch it round and today ask, how are you feeling? So did you like that? It's because I always show how I'm feeling today. And if you see the drawn ones, I've drawn those. And I know some of you were quite keen to see all of them. And I didn't know if I'd ever get through them all or not. So I thought, well, I'll make that one and then you can see them all. So there's that. And while I'm talking to you today, I want to remind you that if you want to make a StreamYard using the paid choices, use the discount code in the description and you will get $10 credit when spending $25 on StreamYard. So I do have a discount in the link below, and that's a great thing to do. If you spend $25, you will get $10 credit on that. So that's something to think about if you want to start paying for anything on StreamYard. So don't forget to use that discount code in the link below. So there's that. So let's do some catching up. Cross stitch, shall we do that first? What am I doing? My latest cross stitch? Well, did you see this? The cross stitch that I finished. And then I'll show you what I'm doing now and what I've done on it since I last showed it. Well, that was some work involved there, and anyone who does crafts will tell you that. I don't know how long it took for me to do that. As you may know, I have many disabilities, and one or two really the main problem with that is hand-eye coordination. I can't tell where things are, and I literally have to hold things and prick my finger sort of from one side, and I have to feel like this with the needle because I can't tell where the hole is that I want to sew through. Yeah, so there's that, and just holding a needle for some time is a bit difficult. If you want to see a tiny bit of me actually trying to do cross stitch, I have speeded some up because it's also very slow. I've got a video I've just posted today on this channel, and it reveals my secret cross stitch project that I kept talking about and saying to you I can't tell you what it is because it's for people, and it actually shows me making one of them and sort of the other two I made, the progress of that briefly. So if you want to see my secret cross stitch project, it's actually posted today along with some other things as well. So you'll see a little bit of me doing cross stitch. I had to highly edit it and trying to show you some bits of me actually doing it as you would think to do cross stitch. As I say, most of it is speeded up, or else you get dead bored. But it's showing you a bit of one, how I did one. So for all that effort, I think I deserve my hand clap. That's yay for me. If you come on and you say something wonderful, I might do a yay for you, but that's a yay for me to keep me going. So what am I doing now? I did show it on my last Wednesday live, but I have done some more since then. I don't like StreamYard because it's all back to front, so I have to think where I'm showing you. So this is my garden craft. I thought I didn't have anything garden, and I have done the path. The path is done, and if you wonder why it finishes at a funny angle here, then it's because I've got it in, I'm doing it in an oval frame. I really dislike StreamYard. It's not for people with brain problems to work out where on earth things are. That's why I used to do my lives direct on YouTube on this channel, because it was the right way round. Everything else is reversed, all other formats. But if you do the web camera directly on YouTube, it's the right way round for you. It's not back to front. And then I don't know if it reverses it once it processes it. I'm not sure. But to film it, everything's exactly where you think it is. Because right now, let me think. You think being a dancer, I know left is right and right is left, because when you're a dance teacher, you say start with your right foot, and if you're facing the class, you start with your left foot. So you think I'd know that, but my mind is warped. It's all right if you've never done any other format of live streaming, because you just got used to it from day one. But as I say, I've always done the webcam. So let's talk about let's do first the little situation today, and then I'll give you the medical update as is from where you last heard to today. And it's changing tomorrow, but it might be too much. So first of all, let's talk about on my other channel, Tranquillity Through Life's Natural Beauty. Today I have posted a video that if you do YouTube, you need to watch if you don't know the information that's just come out. There are new policies, and not their usual policies that nobody reads. These are new policies concerning two main things: adverts within your YouTube videos, So it's not promotions within your video. It's like the advert roles, beginning, middle of your YouTube, how many you put in, and the end of. Because there was always a lot of channels out there saying they had no control over their adverts. Yes, you do. You can even choose what companies you have, which you can say what genre of adverts you do or don't want. You can even go into that and actually say specific companies you do or don't want. You can always say the length of the advert you do or don't want. And you can also say exactly where you want them placed in your video. Only at the beginning, only at the end, only in the middle, so many in the middle. So all these big channels who make tons of money say, oh, we've got no control that there's like 10 adverts within our video. Yes, they had absolutely say on it. You might not know that if you're new to adverts, if you've just been monetized, but that was possible to do that. And you just have to go in the format where it is up on the side, and it's all easy to find. But there are now new policies regarding that. It's too long to go into here, which is why I made a video today on my other channel. It's posted, so do watch it. And there are changes. I have this direct from YouTube. I'm not one of these channels that just comes out with, oh, this and that about YouTube. It is all factual, direct from YouTube itself, not yay say or whatever. And I actually say at the beginning of that, I have used the actual words and context directly from YouTube's mouth, not from heard elsewhere or speculation. The only bit that I say right at the beginning that is my own point of view is this. The new changes on adverts on your YouTube video roll that are put in beginning, middle, end, and so on and so forth, whether they're short videos, long videos, the whole format of that. The new rules about strikes and where those videos are placed, all the policies, and the new format of getting strikes, in my opinion, it benefits the big money making channels, and it is bad for the small channels that are barely monetized. You'll have to watch it to see why that is and what the policies are. As I say, I don't want to say it now without the actual correct wording, so watch the video. But my reason for that is the penalties, the strikes, can be erased after a certain amount of times if you take certain steps. But the reason I'm saying this is good for big money making channels is it kind of allows them to do those clickbait thumbnails, to put lies in their title, to draw the viewers in, and their penalties to them won't matter because they've already brought tons of people in, especially those who watch premieres. Everyone's watched it already. So it doesn't matter what happens after that, as long as they've got all those key people watching straight away, and make sure you're notified and you watch the video as soon as it comes out. They've already got the people watching. It doesn't stop your channel being monetized if you follow their steps. But a small channel, if you get a strike, that's quite bad for you, that your monetization, which is probably very minuscule, has been disrupted. But these bigger channels can afford to have this disruption and get their penalty wiped out. But as I say, do watch the video and you'll see exactly what I mean. And I do ask for your comments on the new rules and regulations. As I say, it's two brand new things about adverts on your video within like the pre-roll, after the video, and then between the video, those adverts, and especially the new policy on strikes. I think it's very, of our times, very silly, the format they're taking. But let me know. Watch the video first in full and then put your comments below. As I say, that's on my other channel, Tranquillity Through Life's Natural Beauty. So do watch that and tell me what you think. And then the other thing was, I've been talking about, I loved using Canva. If you don't know what that is, that's how I make these little interlude clips. I love Canva. The only thing I don't like with Canva is there's only about 5 or 6, there might be more, but they're hidden, but not many, free to use music. I don't pay for anything on YouTube. So I don't pay for any music or anything like that. So I was very pleased when I got this message came up to say that I could now be in these photos, how you do your photos on your laptop. Within that, they said you can't make your films that way anymore. You have to use, I keep calling it the wrong name, it's Clip Champ. I keep saying Chimp Champ. Chimp Champ. Clip Champ. It's Microsoft. I believe you can get it as the app on your laptop. So I just clicked on it because I was in the middle of something else at the time. I thought, I'll never find where it is and have to go searching. And they said it was free. That suits me. I don't like things that say they're free and then a few months down the line is they say you've had your trial. No, this is supposedly all free. So I tried it out. Now, as you may or may not know, when I make my videos, I use an old version of Movie Maker, and this is the last laptop that you can get it on. We can't transcribe it onto newer laptops that a guy's tried. We can't do it. So once this laptop's gone, I'm a bit stuck because it doesn't have that slide bar for editing. I cannot use the slide bar for editing. That is the only trouble with Clipchamp. So I can't use that to make a video, but Clipchamp has tons of free to use music. So I'm very cautious because I know the YouTube free to use music, 99% of it is not free and it's quite terrible music anyway, in my opinion. So what I do is I make the videos either on like YouTube, how I make it for YouTube, or if I'm making like these little interlude ones, I make them directly on Canva. Then I import them into Clipchamp. And then I put the music on. Great. And as you say, if you've been watching my lives recently, I do all of my lives now on StreamYard for various reasons. I can play little interludes to give myself a little break if I need it. So I've now got Monday on this channel, Tuesday on Tranquillity, Wednesday on this channel, Thursday and Friday on Tranquillity. So I make up lots of interludes. So you'll see all the ones I make. That's a lot. And I needed lots of different music. Hello, someone's in the house. Stephen Tina Jewel. Yes, I am. I'm going to give a health update in a mo. And I really appreciate you guys being here. So do check out Stephen Tina Jewel. Yay, check out their channel. Do check out their channel. They're amazing supporters of my channel. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I've been making my, if you see like a proper video, then I've made that on YouTube. And then if it's like an interlude bit or my countdowns or anything, then I make them on Canva and then put the music on Clipchamp. And that's been going well. I've been doing Tranquillity lives for a long time on this channel, and I've just made some new ones for this. That's all been going great. But yesterday, after I'd finished my live, all these strikes came up. Now, with the new policy, you get 3 strikes and you're done for good, your channel. There's no coming back. But as I say, go and watch all about that on the other channel. So all these strikes, and I was annoyed. Thanks to you for being here. I was annoyed because I thoroughly check anything that says free. And I had checked and they all say free. Not even my normal videos where I use free to use music, but you have to credit them. I do that. And it didn't say anything about credits. Well, I've been all morning literally negotiating with ClipChamp. I said, I know how to deal with music copyright if it isn't correct strike. I know how to deal with it. So if any of you get stuck on that, I have got a video on that. It's very easy to do. It can be stressful, but I know how to do it. And I know all I needed was something from ClipChamp that says, although it says free to use music, it only says it if you're going to use a bit of music and you play it to hear it, it just comes up next to it free. Now you can't copy and paste that, and that's all I needed, the actual music track name and that, or a statement from ClipChamp to say it is free to use, which I knew it was. So I've been on this chat thing with them, the help chat, and as you know, I have issues. Every time I was trying to type something in, it says your chat has gone on longer than 3 minutes, and off it went. So I had to keep retyping it in. And in the end, I was like typed in things. But let's say the long and the short of it, they say things like, right, well, have you gone and read this? I'm not sitting reading it all. Just all I need from you is to say a statement, the free to use music is free and you must not demonetize this video. That's all I needed. And I just kept saying it. Have you read the strike policy on YouTube? All these things, because I know a lot of them are either animated responses or they have to follow like the salesman book, if you know what I mean, where they have statements. You have to click this first, then this. I said, I've read everything. I've done strikes many a time and always won my strikes, counterclaims. Just give me the statement. So he said, well, he typed all that out. And I said, I can't click and paste that. So I said, I need you to send that to my email. Ooh, we can't do that for legal reasons. So what he did do in the end, he sent the transcript of the chat to my email. So although I'm right, and it's all come up now, your claims were all correct. It's all come up now and it's all okay. But what I tend to do is if I get claims on a particular artist, which is free and they say it's not and it is, I then that disclaimer, so from ClipChamp, I've now gone in this live and put that. So that's an easy way to deal with it. If you just get that disclaimer. So if you're ever using music that says free to use, as long as you credit, copy that out, copy and paste it in a file somewhere. I do it in a Word doc of music. And then whenever you use that music, put that statement up first and then the credit. And that's the easiest way out of it. And it annoys me because they say if you make a false counterclaim, so if I say, no, I can use it, I can get a fine if I'm wrong. But if they claim against me and it is free to use, they can just claim again and again and again. Now, there is a company at the moment, if you ever see a claim by Hawk, yes, if you ever see Hawk and it says third party or claiming via third party, something like that, it is, I think it's automated, but it's basically they just troll automatically over all YouTube and social media, and they just make claims against anything that doesn't have this counterclaim in there. So you don't just assume that they share your money, they have a right, or that you can't use the music. I always write down in a book every video and every piece of music I use, and then I know. So if you have any trouble, don't just assume when it says that you need to share your money or they take all your money because you've used their music, or they allow you to use the music but you've got to share. 99% of the time it's nonsense. Think how much money they're making out of it. So as I say, if you want any help in that respect, I'll do it in simple form for anyone who needs it. So that's that. That's that. It's a bit like saying if you've got a new appliance that doesn't work and you go phone the company and they always say, have you plugged it in? Or have you read the manual? Or have you looked on YouTube to see how to counteract these problems? No, you deal with it. You deal with it. Okay, so let me have a drink and then we do updates on what's going on. As I say, I was going to wait till I've got a bottom line, which is going to be a long time coming. So I thought I'd update you as we go. And it will be over both channels. As soon as I get an update, if it's an appropriate live, i.e. a chat, then I will fill you in as I go. So if you feel you've missed something, go back to the previous live. I do the chats on this channel on Wednesday, and I do the chat on my other channel on Fridays. So it won't be in the middle of the tour chats, and it won't be in the middle of themes, any of those specific lives it won't be in. So it will be either and or this Wednesday live or my other channel, the Friday live. Okay, I'm not going to repeat anything I've already said because I've got a lot of loyal people that watch all my lives. So I hate that when I watch something, they just keep recapping on everything. So much to say, the last thing you would have heard if you followed everything was I've been told I'm not to walk anymore. And let me just say first, there's several issues going on at the moment. It's not just this. So this is the not being allowed to walk anymore situation. Now, the way the system works now, currently in Cyprus, if you can either go to the ER, but you can't go for nonsense or I've got a pain or anything like that. It's got to be a real emergency, such as you've broken a bone. You can't just go saying you feel sick or ill. You can't go for anything like that. It's got to be a proper, let me just say, more likely you're either going to be stitched up or major x-rays, that kind of thing, or you've had a heart attack, not just medical conditions. If you can walk yourself in, you're not really supposed to go to ER. Okay, so what do you do if you're not well or you've got, I don't know, pain in your hand, something like that? You have to go to your GP, doctor, whatever you want to call it. So you go there and you give your number. You have a number, and that proves that you're resident in the country. It's not your residential number, but you had to show that to get this medical number. So you go to your doctor, and your doctor is the only person who can refer you somewhere. They might refer you to hospital, they might refer you to a specialist, they might refer you to a physio, but they make the consultation, they make the decision where to send you. There is no other way. You can't walk into a physio office, you can't walk into anything else. You have to be referred by your doctor, and they refer you via computer with your number on. Then you've got the choice of going anywhere. So let's say it's a physio, you can go to any physio and they will type up on their computer and it will show your number and what your doctor said you're there for. So you can't even go there and say something else. Okay, so a long time ago, it was actually the very end of March, I had a really bad fall and I damaged my hip, my knee and my foot. All of that still hurts, but I'm concerned about the foot. Lots of issues going on with the foot. So I thought, let's get that sorted out. I'd gone to the ER originally with that because I couldn't walk at all. And they x-rayed. Now, we know that sometimes things don't always show up, but often they do. And they said everything was okay. So it's not been okay. It's been extremely painful, my foot particularly. So I went to the doctor to get a referral. And I said, I don't know what. I have 3 points of my foot where there's severe pain. It's not one place. It's 3 different places. So I went to get the referral. She referred me to an orthopedic surgeon. I just see a comment come up. Ah, Two Doves, Bees and Gardens. Hello there. Do you guys know Two Doves, Bees and Garden? You need to go and check out their channel. Yay. I was on the wrong page entirely for that, hence the pause. Okay, so she referred me to an orthopaedic surgeon. The orthopaedic surgeon said, you've left it too long now. If it's too painful, then do not walk on it again, ever, until it stops hurting. And I said I wasn't happy with that, because that's like, it's been going on. In one respect, he said it's been going on too long to do anything. But in the other respect, he had also said, if you come back sooner, I could have done something. So what's wrong with it then? So he said, oh, well, I'll give you an x-ray. Now, I knew the x-ray wasn't going to show anything. And he said, well, it's possible there was a fracture in the past that got missed, and that would show up, maybe a little line or something. It would show that up. Comments. Oh, good morning. Smiley face. You're both great channels. I love you both. So basically that was it. He didn't want to know, basically. He said, well, nothing's shown up on the x-ray. But while I was having the x-ray, oh, by the way, he didn't examine my foot. He didn't look at it. He was sitting over the other side of the desk. He just guessed. And I wasn't happy with that at all. I don't want to discredit the Cypriot health authorities or the professionals there. They are highly, highly trained. I think I just caught one that didn't want to work, but they have saved my life. And I've been to multiple medical facilities here, hospitals, all sorts, and they've been great. So I'm not dissing that at all. Okay, thanks for being here. Thanks so much for being here. So I wasn't happy with that. But the problem is now I've had my referral and I've seen someone. So you can't get a second opinion. That's a bit like saying, well, they're wrong and I'm right. But I didn't feel that there was a bone issue particularly. I think like ligaments. I really do think that. Being a dancer, my little toe, I can just about move like this. It doesn't hurt to move it, but I can't bend it. But let's say this is the top of my foot. I have pain all across here. Oh, excuse me. I have a little bit of pain at the side of the foot, not a great deal, but I have lots of pain. Let's say my little fingers, my little all up here as well, multiple things. And it hurts to wear shoes. Now, I'm not saying shoes that are on your foot. I've got flip-flops. I know they're not good for you, but they've got such thin bits that they don't actually go across this bit of the foot that's painful. They come quite high up here where there's no pain, the like V bit. So they don't even touch the pain area, and that's painful. And I can't swim. The pressure of swimming with my feet gives me pain. So I said to him, well, I can't walk then and I can't swim. No, he said, don't ever walk again. So not happy with that. As I say, I've had the referral. So what do you do now? You can't go back and ask for a second opinion or another referral. And this is why I said I've got to use all my money to find a solution. And that is because when I first was out here, I had a fall. Dawn falls a lot. And it turned out, I can't remember quite what I'd done, but I broke my leg in a weird way, the other leg. So this isn't an old injury. And they don't use boots out here, and they don't really use plaster casts. They're both old-fashioned things. They use, I don't know what you call it, kind of like a plastic back and a front, but so your leg's aerated. It was like the whole leg up to the knee, and then it had this ankle contraption and a foot contraption. I don't know what you'd call it, but you had that here. So I went to an orthopedic surgeon then, and he was private because there was only private here when we first came, because we were foreigners and there was nothing for non-foreigners that wasn't private at the time. So we went there then. So Mike said, why don't you go to him? You were very satisfied with him. He looked at you before, he felt you, he touched you, and he gave you what you needed. And I've had no trouble with that leg since. So he said, why don't you go there? So used up all my money to go and go in private. You're not going through your GP. You can just go anywhere for that, but obviously very costly. So I've been there. He's given me 2 contraptions to wear, one when I'm not moving and one if I am moving. Hey, I can walk then. So I've got 2 contraptions to wear. He says he did an x-ray, which obviously he couldn't see the other x-ray, but I have, if you go private, you keep your x-rays. If you go non-private, which first one was, they're on computer. So I've got an x-ray and he's good. He says, right, come up, stand here. I'll explain all the x-ray. The first x-ray, I should have shown it to you. I don't know where it is. The first x-ray looks fine. Now I'm wondering, I didn't tell you about the other x-ray at the other place. When I went normal hospital and the orthopedic surgeon was not interested, the man doing the x-ray there, he did 2 x-rays and then he said, just sit there a minute with the machine. And he said, because I just want to check they haven't come out blurry or anything. And then if they're okay, you can take them back to the surgeon. So I sat there and he came back. He said, I need to do another one. I said, sorry, did I move a bit? He said, no, I think I can see something, but I need a completely different angle. And he did another angle, which I've never been in that position before. It was very round and twisted and very weird position. So I hadn't had an x-ray done in that position before. So he did it. And I said, what is it? What can you see? He said, well, I'm not allowed to comment, but there's massive trauma, but I couldn't see it. I could just see something at the other side, but he said that could easily have been missed. So, but as I say, I went back to the first orthopedic surgeon. He's like, no, nothing there. So I don't know what happened there. Anyway, so this private one, he did this weird angle and a normal one. And he said, right, come and look at it. And the first angle, it looks a really perfect foot. It looks lovely. It looks quite small, actually. And he said, right, you'd think there's nothing there. He said, I wanted that angle to see what the other one said, if there was like a hairline still where there'd been a fracture or something before. He said, no. But he said, it has been. It was the end of March. He said, you might not see it if it wasn't a bad fracture. So it's possible it was that. But he said, but from this second x-ray, he said, there's been major trauma to the foot, and you can only see from this. And you can see my whole foot of the x-ray is like that inside. Not all the toes, though, just as if it's almost as if the whole foot's been pushed over inside. But you can't see that from like the top, which is weird. So as I say, I did initially have pain at the side of the foot. So something's there. Now, whether that's the original trauma or whether it's because I've been walking on it initially, and it did take me, I think, a couple of weeks. If you go back to old videos, I must be saying I can't walk or something. I wonder how long. I think it was a good couple of weeks before I was walking. So maybe, you know me, I try and walk and whatever. So, yeah. So he's basically said, yes, it's major trauma of the foot. As I say, he's given me 2 contraptions to wear. And he's booked me in for trauma therapy. Not trauma of the brain. Physical trauma therapy, which we've had trouble getting that. But Mike's made an appointment for me to go tomorrow, which is like a consultation with this trauma person. And I think they're going to do some sort of foot manipulation. I don't know if you're going to have to wear something else or, I mean, I know physio. I was a ex-dancer, so I've been doing all the physio type things myself anyway. I know swimming's good for you, but that's very painful. So I want to ask him, is that a good thing to do or cut it out? I need to do my mountain walks once we get cooler weather. That is my life. So yeah, that's why you can't tell me don't walk. I've been told before. I was in a wheelchair for three or so years and was told I would never walk again. So if someone's going to tell me you won't walk. Yeah, that's nonsense. They told me I wouldn't be able to speak or write or read again. Everything had gone. So yeah, look at me. So that's tomorrow, the consultation. He won't do anything tomorrow, but I might have a bit more idea of what's going to happen. But it's not just that. As you know, I have an internal situation going on as well. I have got from the doctor a consultation that I can go to. I've got what have I got? A CT scan, but I can't book that till I know about this trauma therapy first, because if they say twice a week or whatever, I won't know what days I'm free. So once you get a date for something, you can't say, oh, I can't go, I'm busy. If you're sick or injured, you have to go. So I can't get that sorted out and have, I think it's a CT scan I'm having for that. But with my foot, the private surgeon said that we do this. I think he said 6 courses. You have to pay for this. 6 courses of this trauma therapy. And then he said, you can then, if it doesn't work or if it makes it more painful, there he thinks, like I did from day one, there could be ligament problems, hence this little toe. It's not a bone problem. There's no broken bones or damaged bones in that. It's just all shifted, the whole side of my foot. So he said, if it doesn't work or you give it time and this trauma thing isn't helping, he said, then you can get a referral to go and have an MRI and it would look at ligaments. But he said, be warned, like an x-ray doesn't show everything, a scan on your foot of ligaments will show even less. And as he said, it's possible something was damaged, it just hasn't healed right. So we'll see, but at least we're stepping forward. Two Bees and Gardens said that sounds like it's been an experience. We pray you get some relief soon. It's not too uncomfortable to walk, which is why he said don't walk on it if it hurts, meaning, oh well. He said, well, if it hurts, don't walk on it. As I say, it's on top of the foot. It's more painful, as I say, to wear shoes. And it's not, as I say, not because they're on your foot. These flip-flops, they're not even touching that bit of the foot. So I agree there's stress or trauma of some sort going on, but it's 3 places on the foot. It's not one thing. And I think that's what's getting them. So, as I say, I kind of want to get the dates of getting this sorted out when the therapy is. I'm assuming they're going to say twice a week, which will be Tuesday, Thursday for me. They're the only days I can fit it in. So hopefully I can say Tuesday and Thursday. And I will try and get around that by saying I don't drive. So I'll say, well, it's the only day my husband can take me, basically, because it's a long way away. Everything's a long way away from where I live. So, yeah, I want to get that sorted out, the dates, and know when that's happening so I can go and get this scan for my internal problem, which has been going on for so long now. That's more of a concern. Mike thinks it's a big issue, that, but one thing at a time. As I say, you can't decline an appointment. So if the physio says, right, no, I can only do Mondays or whatever, then you have to do it. You can't say, well, I can't really make that. You have to do it. So that's probably why we don't have waiting lists in Cyprus. You get straight away because you're told today, do it, bye-bye, you're done. So that's why I went to update, really. As I say, I was going to try and wait till I've got something else to say, but it's probably better to do little steps at the time and keep you informed. So, yes, those of you I've had some lovely emails and voices of concern, I thank you very much. I thank those of you who are always here supporting me. It does help. So as I say, if I'm missing a live, I am now scheduling them. Now I'm on StreamYard, they're proper schedules. There used to be a thumbnail that went up because on my YouTube webcam, I couldn't get that automated upcoming thing working. It wouldn't work on my laptop. So it used to just be a thumbnail and then I had to go and take it down afterwards. But now that's one reason I'm doing it on StreamYard now. And as I say, I've been all right talking today. but sometimes I just need a little breather, so I play a little interlude in between. So that is my update. As I say, I've tried to get back to my mindset of I'm unique and positive. That is my little bio now, unique and positive, because it doesn't do me or anyone any good. So come on. I did Steve and Tina Jules gone now, but they can tell you I've actually been cheating on my last lives because I haven't actually been up on the screen, but I just needed to sort my head out, and it got me used to using my new little interlude bits on here. So that's been fun. So thank you guys for being here. I hope that's updated you. As I say, I'm not going to keep repeating things because a lot of you are here regular, so I don't want to keep going over the same things. So if you're not up with what's gone on previously, just go and look at those back lives. So I'm going to finish here for now. Don't forget to check out those 2 lovely channels. They're really great. So do go and look at them. Steve and Tina Jewel and 2 Doves, Bees and Gardens. And I always have to read your channel. When I first knew you, I kept saying when I was giving you shout outs on my channel, 2 bees, doves. So I'm like, no, that can't be right. 2 bees and doves. So, well, at least I was giving you some sort of shout out. 2 Doves, Bees and Gardens said the medical systems around the world are so different. Our experience has not been good. As I say, it's just this one surgeon, and he was very old, so to me looked like he was just counting the days to his retirement. So, and there was other situations going on there as well. It appeared a few people went in first, jumped the queue that knew them, and it's not like that here. I don't want to talk too much about that because 99.9% I have been so happy with here. And as I say, no waiting list here or anything. Two Doves, Bees and Gardens says, hope you have a great day. Love to catch up with you. I love you so much for being here. You're so supportive. So I'm going to finish there for now, guys, if I can find my outro. And I hope to do my live on my other channel tomorrow. It's a pop-up. Thursdays on my other channel is a pop-up. So if I'm back, my appointment's in the morning, but obviously I want to then have a rest and have dinner and whatever else. But I hope to do my live tomorrow. It would be my afternoon, which most of you, it's your morning. So just make sure you've subscribed and hit the notification bell, and then you'll be told when my lives started. So until then, thanks so much for being here as always. Bye to you too, my friends. See you next time. Keep smiling.